quick tips to support late talkers at home. I'm Marcy Meredith. I'm here on Voice and Vision. I am also a speech language pathologist for the littles in your life. And if you've got one that is kind of taking their time talking, I'm going to give you a few things that you can do at home to help with that little toddler. So I'm going to go dive right into the first one. The first one is narrate, narrate, narrate. Like, I know it's strange as an adult to talk to a little person who is not talking back, but little boys and girls need to hear words over 250 times, like for one word, before they're going to really try it. They got to understand what it means, and they got to hear it enough that they're going to try to repeat it. Kind of like when you learn a new song, you have to listen to that thing on repeat 1,000 times so that you can get every word. So narrate your life. If you're cleaning, tell the little one, like, hey, mommy's cleaning, daddy is building, sister's washing her hands. Just kind of give them that narration as you play, as you work, as you go through routines. And even though they may not be saying it back to you right away, just know that every penny in the bank adds to savings. So we just keep giving them the material, modeling it in the right moments, and eventually, boom, we hope that one day they'll give you a word back. The next one is to make play-based declarations. So let me simplify that in saying, just talk, like play with the child and follow their interest, but just talk, make statements. It isn't always about going, do you see this, Johnny? Do you see it? What is this? Like, if we're constantly testing them, then they learn to kind of feel the pressure and not be able to give you what you want. And then they're going to internalize that a little bit. So it doesn't mean that they're right all the time. It just means you can make declarations to where they want to join the conversation versus being tested in the conversation. So if it were me, I'd be playing going, oh my goodness, it's going to jump. It's got a big jump. So I'm just going to say a statement rather than asking the child constantly, questions, open-ended questions. The next one is sensory play. Oh my gosh, for all my Pinterest girlies out there, please go look up sensory play for fill in the blank, whatever age your kid is. Oh my gosh, there's a million ideas and they can be so much fun. In fact, we might enjoy doing them with them. My one piece of advice is pick something that you're comfortable with, because if it looks like a mess, you're going to already be stressed out before they ever start, and you want them to have fun. So pick things that you're willing to do, or set up the environment in a way that you can tolerate the mess. For example, get a kiddie pool and put the sandbox inside the kiddie pool. So if they throw the sand, it'll end up in the pool and not necessarily everywhere. So there are some ways that you can modify your space for that. The next one is book sharing. So this one it depends on the age of the child, but book sharing can be really powerful. And I know, especially with littles, like under 5, if they're not actually reading yet, there is a little tweak I'm going to offer you, which is talk about the pictures. Like, if you know the story, then you can share the story along with the pictures, but focus more on the nouns and the verbs that the child can see in the pictures. Why? Because they don't care about all that dialogue and they can't read any of that anyway. So in order to keep them in it, just keep it short and sweet and talk about the pictures and keep it rolling. Get to the end of the book. Finally, routines, guys. Whatever age child you are dealing with, if they're a delayed talker, this is usually under 5, but working with your routines, using the vocabulary that you use a lot, but making sure that the vocabulary and the phrases you use are repetitive. So if we're going to go and brush our teeth, I'm going to try to use the same words each time in that routine. So I'm not going to change it up too much. And sometimes we think that's what we should be doing, is changing things up and making it versatile as far as language usage. But the truth is just like I said before, going back to narrate, we need repetition. So don't be afraid to use some of the same language for each time you hit that routine. All right, I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you again on Voice and Vision.